So today we are going to expand upon what we did in first semester. In first semester, we used the molar masses of just elements to calculate moles to grams and grams to moles. Now we are going to use what we learned about calculating molar mass for compounds and do similar calculations where we go from moles to grams or grams to moles. So we're going to start with this first question. How many moles are in 0.3600 grams of H2O? The first thing we need to do is calculate the molar mass for water. So we're going to look on our periodic table. MM is short for molar mass. So we're going to do the molar mass of water. And we know that water has 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. And if you look on the periodic table, 1 mole of hydrogen is 1.0079 grams, and for oxygen, one of them is 15.999 grams. So to do the math, to find the molar mass, we're going to take 2 times 1.0079, which is 2.0158, plus 1 times 15.999, and you add those together and you get the molar mass for water, which is 18.0148 grams of water per 1 mole of water. Okay, you could also write it like this. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay, and remember, I try to get you to do this first semester too, is always write the unit and then what substance it is. This will be very helpful in the coming weeks when we go to do big stoichiometry problems. Also remember that this is the molar mass. We can use these as conversion factors or fractions that allow us to cancel units. So you can do the grams per mole version, or you can do the flip and say 1 mole of H2O for 18.0148 grams. It kind of depends on what you need to do. So to answer the question, how many moles are in 0.3600 grams of H2O, we always start with what we're given. So 0.3600 grams of H2O. Then we're going to multiply by a conversion factor that makes the units cancel. We do know a relationship between moles and grams. We just calculated it. In this case, we're going to use the flip of the molar mass. So we're going to put grams on the bottom and moles on the top so that our grams units will cancel. Then we'll fill in the numbers. The 1 always goes with 1 mole, and then in the bottom we'll put 18.0148 grams. And then we'll calculate that as 0.3600 divided by 18.0148. Alright, so we're going to do everything in the top divided by everything in the bottom. So 0.3600 times 1 is 0.3600 divided by 18.018. And the answer we get, the calculator answer we get, is 0.019983567 or 69. But obviously you can't leave it like that. We're going to do some chemistry on it and look at our significant figures. We see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures given in the problem. So our answer should be in 4 significant figures. So that gives us 0.01998. And our units are moles of H2O. Here's your moles of H2O. And make sure we write down our units. So there's our answer. Not so bad. This should review for you. Okay. The next question we're going to do is how many grams are in 1.82 moles of barium chloride. So, like we did with the other problem, we're going to start by calculating the molar mass of barium chloride. And I'm going to write it down so this is how I would put it in my calculator. So I have 1 barium, and each barium has, let's put barium here, Each barium is worth 137.33 grams. So in my calculator for barium, I do 1 times 137.33, although anything times 1 is enough, so you don't even need to bother with the 1. But for sake of completion, I will do it 1 gram of barium, 137.033 grams of barium per mole. Then I'm going to add that to 2 chlorides, and each chloride is worth 35.453 grams. This is for the chloride. So in your calculator, you'll just have this. And your answer will be 37.33 plus 2 times 35.453, 208.236 grams of barium chloride per mole of barium chloride. So there's the molar mass of barium chloride. Once you get the molar mass, you're ready to begin and answer the problem. So we're going to start with what we're given, 1.82 moles of barium chloride. Notice I put the units and the substance. Then we're going to multiply by a conversion factor, in this case some form of the molar mass. That's going to allow the units to cancel. So I'm going to put moles on the bottom, grams on the top, so my moles will end up canceling. And I know a relationship between grams of barium chloride and moles. 1 mole on the bottom, 208.236 grams on the top. So if we put that in our calculator, the calculator is 378.98952 grams barium chloride. But we know we need to do the chemistry on this. Let's do significant figures. So this will be 379 grams of barium chloride. Hopefully this is just review. The only thing that we added to this was using molar mass of compounds. But the pattern is the same when you go from grams to moles or moles to grams. Thanks.